All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing this word with truth and sincerity. Now, man, I want to go into a little lesson, man. Just reading a while ago, and started off reading that Matthew 9, and the precept took me to 1 Samuel 15. And the Spirit had me not just read the precept in 1 Samuel 15, but the Spirit allowed me to read the whole chapter. So, in reading that chapter, man, when I say it put fear in me, the account, and that's the account I want to get, man. And Lord willing, I titled this lesson, Obey Before It's Too Late. You see, to obey before it's too late. And that's what I got out of that account that I read, man. And it's that account with King Saul. You see, when he was supposed to kill all Amalek, the sheep, the ox, and everything, but he kept some sheep, he kept some oxen to sacrifice. You see, he didn't obey the voice of the Lord. Therefore, what? The Most High rejected him, man, and cut him off from being king. And then he tried to ask for mercy, but guess what? It was too late. And that's why I want to title this lesson, Obey Before It's Too Late. Because, man, like I said, it put fear in me. Of course, we have fear of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah already, but matter of fact, I'm made me think of this scripture. Let's see, kind of like a reminder of, to listen to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. I'm gonna grab this real quick. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. This is 1 Timothy 5:20. It says, "Them that sin rebuke before all." Why? It says that others also may fail, man. If you got somebody going off, then you're supposed to rebuke them, get on them before others, so others could feel, so they don't do the same thing that person did. Like in the law, the Most High say, if you have a homosexual, put him to death, so you could put away what? Evil from Israel, so the others could see and know not to do that. And ultimately, us today, it's the same thing as King Saul. The Most High Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, by way of the prophets, are telling us certain things to do and certain things not to do, and this is to our people. We should obey our power and repent, come back to righteousness, leave off the ways of this world, right? To obey the voice of the Lord before what? Before it's too late. And what's that too late? When the doors of mercy and grace close, man. Too late gonna be when Jacob's trouble hit. You ain't gonna have no protection. You ain't gonna have no hope, mercy, comfort in that day. You see? Oh, in other words, the spirit of the Lord, man, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man, Bahashim Rachak Wadash, just like it was taken from King Saul. Why? Because he didn't obey. Matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. And I'm gonna get into the account, man. But like I said, hey, man, shit, it struck fear in me too. And you gotta think, King Saul. This, of course, is written as far as stories for us to read, but we have to remember that these things actually happen. King Saul was going on his day-to-day life, you see? But this the thing. He wasn't thinking that, well, I know the Lord told me to kill everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and save some so I can sacrifice to him. Like he was gonna just please the Lord that much, man. We're gonna get into it, but the point I want to make is King Saul wasn't thinking that, well, if I don't do what he tell me, he gonna take his Holy Spirit from me. If I don't do what he tell me, he ain't gonna let me be king over Israel no more. He gonna replace me, man. He wasn't thinking that. So, hey, the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, right? You see, just like we just got those that sin rebuke before also others may fail. So, King Saul example, like I said, it put fear into me, and Lord willing, it should, it be edifying, and it's for whoever needed, man. You see. Because now that we know he wasn't thinking that, well, on our path, now we have to know, like, damn, so if we do this, then the Most High could take his spirit from us. He could replace us with somebody else and throw us back in the world. And that's something that, man, we do not want to happen. I pray to Yahweh Shai Shai, man, that we continue to endure to the end to be saved by Yahweh Shai, man. You see? So I'm going to grab this real quick. Isaiah 55:6, it says, Seek ye Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. You see? Telling us it's going to come a point in time when the Most High ain't going to be near. Like King Saul, it came a point in time where the Most High wasn't near unto him, man. Right? It says, let the wicked forsake his way and a righteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. And that's what we all want, man. We want that mercy. You see? We want mercy because, hey, think about it. Yeah, we know the Most High is merciful, but we don't know when he could take mercy from us. We don't know how many times that we didn't offended, how many sins that we have committed unto death. But the Most High know, you know, he might be still pissed off from the past lives, you know. And that's what I'm saying, man. That's scary, man. I'm gonna read this real quick and I'm gonna get into the account. This is Sirach 5 and 6. It says, I'm gonna start at 5. I'm gonna start at 4. It says, say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me. And we go get into this account. That's kind of the mindset King Saul had. Well, I know I ain't do it, but man, we good. So we shouldn't think like that, because it says, for the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin, man. We have multitudes of sins in this life. How many more of the other lives that the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai know of? But that's why we have to hope that ultimately we was chosen from the foundations, that through Yahushai blood and sacrifice, our sins are forgiven. And it says, and say not, his mercy is great. The Most High, he merciful, he long suffering, you know. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. And make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. You see? Now I want to go ahead and get into this account, man. You know, let's see real quick. I just read it. I read it, and if precepts pop, you know, spirit feed me precepts, then Lord willing, I'll go ahead and grab them. But I just read the account and do a little commentary on it, man. I'm gonna start at verse 1. This is 1 Samuel 15:1. It says, Samuel also said unto Saul, right? The Lord Yahweh sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken unto the voice of the words of Yahweh. Now check that out. Samuel was a prophet, but he was telling Saul, hearken unto the voice of Yahweh. But who was really talking to him? Samuel was. You know, the prophet. It says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts. So this is what the Lord gonna tell Saul to do. He gonna give him a commandment. You see? Now let's see if King Saul obey that. Right? Or if he don't, his time might have gonna run out like we just got. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. It's gonna be too late when them doors of mercy close. But continuing on, it says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel. Amalek is the chief tribe of Esau Edom, the so-called white people. It says, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now, this is the commandment that was given to King Saul. It says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. All, it says, destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Remember that the Most High said, kill everything, man, woman, baby, infant, whoever. And check this out, an ox and sheep, camels and asses, right? That's the commandment. Now let's see what King Saul do. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, go, depart, get ye down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For you showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. So you had another people who saw warn them, y'all better get out of here, for y'all get it like they about to get it, right? So it says, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive. That's he already messing up. The Most High said, kill everybody, destroy everything. But he took the king of the Amalekites alive and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag, which is the king, this what they saved. This what they spared. After the Most High said, kill everything. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and of the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. So they kept the best they kept the king alive. They kept all the best sheep, the best ox, the best lamb. They kept all that alive. But everything that was, ugly and ain't want, they killed it, right? It says, then came the word of the Lord Yahweh unto Samuel, saying, it repent of me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me. So the Most High was like, man, I really wish I wouldn't have set this man up to be king. Why? Because he didn't listen to what I said. It says, and have not performed my commandments. You see, it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto Yahweh all night. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place and is going about, and passed on and going down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul and said unto him, so this what, right? Saul said to Samuel, blessed be thou of the Lord Yahweh. Now watch what he say. This was Saul said. Now remember, he was supposed to kill everything and he didn't, but watch what he said. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, blessed be thou of Yahweh. I have performed the commandment of Yahweh. He said, I did what the Lord told me to do. But as we just read, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Let me grab a quick precept, because this is what King Saul was doing. This is Proverbs 3:5. It says, trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, man. He was leaning on to his own understanding. He was thinking where it's good. I know the Lord said this, but I'm trying to do this for him type shit, right? So it says, I have put back in 1 Samuel 15:13, it says, and Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, blessed be thou of Yahweh. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. And Samuel said, what meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in my ears and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? So Samuel was like, well, if you did what the Lord told you to do, why I hear sheep? Why I hear oxen if you're supposed to kill everything? And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen. He about to tell you why they kept the sheep and oxen. It says, to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy power, right? And the rest we have utterly destroyed. So he was like, man, we kept it so shit we could sacrifice to the Lord, which sacrifice, that's a good thing. The Most High at that time, he liked sacrifice, right? That was cool. But Samuel about to make a point, man, right? It says, then Samuel said unto Saul, stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. And Samuel said, when thou wast little in thine own sight, wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel, and Yahweh anointed thee king over Israel? and the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go. Now he about to reiterate what the commandment of the Most High was to Saul. It says, and the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then doest thou not obey the voice of Yahweh? He told you to do this. Why you ain't obey him? It says, but did it fly upon the spoil and did his evil in the sight of Yahweh. And Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh. So he bucking up a little bit like, nah, I did obey the voice of the Lord. It says, and have gone the way which Yahweh sent me. You see, so he's like, man, I did it. I went the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. So in King Saul's mind, he was like, well, I killed all the Amalekites. I just kept the king. I did. I went to their land. I did what the Lord told me. It says, but the people took the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy power in Gilgal. Hey, I'm gonna grab this real quick because this is what it remind me of. This is what it remind me of, man. I'm gonna go back to it. Yahweh Shai said this. This is because he was like, well, I did it, right? I went the way the Lord told me to go, right? I killed all the Amalekites. I just kept one person. But watch what Yahweh Shai say. This is for us today. This is Matthew 7 and 9. Not everyone that saith unto me, Yahweh Shai, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. You see? Now, what's the way that we should obey today? Because we are supposed to give a sacrifice too, that living sacrifice, like in Romans 12. You see? But what's some of the things we have to obey, man? Following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, going out on the highways and hedges, preaching the word, doing our videos, praying, fasting, reading. You see, when we get the wicked thoughts, rebuke that shit, man. You see, having faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Doing thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see, but watch what Yahweh Shai said. He said, many will say to me in that day, Yahweh Shai, have we not prophesied in thy name? Just like King Saul said. Well, shit, I went to the land that the Most High told me to go. Didn't he say that? It says, and in thy name cast out devils, like King Saul said. Well, shit, I killed all the Amalekites. I just kept one person. Right? And in thy name done many wonderful works, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. And that's ultimately what the Most High gonna tell Saul. They depart from me, man. I reject you, man. And that's scary, man. Man, I pray that don't happen to none of us, but this should make us want to obey more. Why? Before it's too late. Before he take his, and we don't want him to take his spirit away. That's why we have to do what we have to do. Now you have examples of guys who the spirit is going from them, man. Now look at them. We don't want to fall into that lot, man. Right? But back in first Samuel 15, I just want to get that because, hey, in Samuel's mind, he thought, well, I did it. I went over there and killed the Amalekites. I went to their land. I did what the Lord told me to do, but he didn't do it fully. Right? So back in first Samuel, Lord willing, is making sense, man. But back in first Samuel 15 and 21, it says, but the people took up the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy power in Gilgal. Now we're about to get into how it was too late for King Saul, man. He didn't obey, and when he tried to, it was too late. And we should learn from this example to obey now before it's too late, man. And it says in Samuel, right, saith, have Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Yahweh. So he asking Saul, do the Most High love burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as he loved you obeying the voice of him, doing what he say? It says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams, man. Because remember, Saul was like, nah, we just kept these because we're going to give a sacrifice to the Lord. But Samuel said, hey, obeying is better than sacrifice. The Most High told you to do this. He ain't worried about the sacrifice. He worried about what he told you to do. The same thing for us. What's our sacrifice again? Going out on highways and hedges, you see, putting up the lessons, right? You know, that's a sacrifice, man. Staying away from the wickedness of this world. But behind closed doors, when we not with brothers, when we by ourselves, that's if we really obeying better than sacrifice. If we really praying, if we really reading, fasting and applying the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, man. You see, but reading on it says, and Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken, to listen, because when you go into this word obey is Shemai, which is, let's go into it real quick. It's Shemai, man. To listen, you see, to hear, to listen, to give attention, to understand, right? And I'll go ahead and wind it down. I just want to get how King Saul tried to get right, but it was too late. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Watch this. Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he have also rejected thee from being king. King Saul got his crown took. King Saul got his crown took, man. Just like our people today, they're rejecting the word of Yahweh. Guess what? Yahweh Shai gonna reject you because, well, when he come, because you rejected the word. The Most High is rejecting you. He ain't giving you grace and mercy to the 2/3 who don't want to listen, man, because they're rejecting him. They ain't getting no salvation. It says, and Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned. He realized his wrong. Just like in Jacob's trouble, our people gonna realize they wrongs when judgment slap them in the face. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of Yahweh and thy words and the prophet's words. You see that? Because I feared the people and obeyed their voice, just like our people. They were about what others think and not worrying about what Yahweh Ba'ashim and Yahweh Shai think, man. The same thing King Saul. He feared the people and obeyed the people instead of Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai and the Lord prophet, man. It says, now watch what Saul say. Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin and turn again with me that I may worship Yahweh. He begging, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But watch what happened. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, and Yahweh have rejected thee from being king over Israel, man. It was too late. It was too late. He tried to obey after the fact, not before the fact. You see? And Samuel turned about to go away, and he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and rent it. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord have rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and have given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou, to King David, man. Somebody else took his crown, man. Somebody else got his mercy. Somebody else got his spot on the chariot. Why? Because he didn't want to obey first. Just like what it said, our people, when in a judgment, they're going to try to seek the Most High early. That's why for us getting this example, while we have the opportunity, while we have grace and mercy, right? Repentance is opened up to us. Lord willing, we continue and not continue, but abound in obeying, do more, obey more. And this for me, speaking to myself first and foremost, man. This put fear in me to want to share, do more, man. Step out the flesh, to read more, study more, fast more, man. Fear more, first and foremost, fear more, man. Because, hey, man, I ain't trying to get my, the crown took. Yahweh Shai said, let no man take that crown. So it's ours to either lose or to keep. You see? So, hey, speaking to myself first and foremost, man, hey, just like King Saul, he didn't want to obey first. Then when he tried to, it was too late. Now we got that example. So we should obey before it's too late. You see? But man, I just want to go into that law willing this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings To all you Akim out there pushing his word with our truth and sincerity, and with that, Shalom.